Welcome to today's session on group discussion. Many of us know what is group discussion is. For this session, we will look into what are the objectives that is required, and we will look into the company's perspective. So that is why this session is going to be more interesting. So let's get on to the session. So we have a first slide on it's our choices that show what we truly are, far more than our abilities. Now this is a quote given by J.K. Rowling. So we all are ready for today's session on group discussion. So this session will completely give an overall strategy to overcome our group discussion. We all know group discussion is a technique which is used in many of the corporate companies for a selection process. So this session will actually take you into how well you go into the depth of it, and we all reach into a success of group discussion. The more objective of group discussion is it actually gives a various ideas about individuals in a particular group. Moreover, it gives an immense idea of interaction with one another. It gives more presentation on yourself in between others. And last but not the least, it helps us to improve group communication. Next, we move on to company's perspective. So under company's perspective, we have 4 categories. The first one is interactive skill. The second one is behavior. Third one is participation. And the last one is contribution. In the company's perspective is how a company is looking upon each candidate. So candidate here refers to students. In the interactive skill, they are looking into a student or a participant is able to communicate well with others. The second one is about behavior, how well they are able to behave and how they keep their points open. Under participation, it gives an open to how well the speaker is. That is, how active and how attentive in the group discussion. Last but not the least, under contribution, it gives us how important do you give for the objective and your own contribution towards that particular topic. So these are the 4 aspects that cover under company's perspective. I have given you a slide here. It shows about the overall pie chart of all the skills under company's perspective. So you can see here the maximum 30% is given for knowledge reference and the least one is for listening skill. Next comes the communication skill and team player for 20% and leadership skill for 15%. And last but not the least, our own self-confidence, which contributes 10%. So students, this is what you need to understand how the company is looking upon you. What skills are judged in group discussion? So just now we saw all the company perspective. So these are the various skills that are judged upon that 10 minutes of your GD. So students, this is an eye-opener for you to understand what are the skills that are judged in group discussion. The first one is how good you are while communicating with others. The second one is how you behave and interact. How was your behavior during the group discussion? How well you throw out in the group discussion. The third one is open-minded are you? Are you open to any type of topics, or you just select just few topics and you wanted to only talk about that? Fourth one is your own listening skills. So for group discussion, we need to understand more on listening skills, because only if you listen, you will be able to contribute more points on it. Next comes how you put forward your views. There are certain things that you accept, there are certain things you don't accept. So in the next classes also, we will be looking into the useful phrases where we will teach you more on the putting forward sentences. Next is leadership and decision making skill. These are the lead roles that are judged in the group discussion. Analysis skill and subject knowledge plays a vital role. And problem solving, it can be a different topics, it can be a factual GD where it just talks about a lot of facts and you need to have a depth of it. Sometimes it can be a critical GD where you didn't have much time, or you need to sum up, or you need to come to a conclusion. So for all that, you need to understand the problem solving skill and critical thinking skill. The last but not the least is your own attitude and your self-confidence. So this is where we need to show up. Our skills are very important, and these are the skills that are judged in group discussion. So students, with this I conclude on the skills. So next session we will take you through the other parts of why it is important and strategy.